Hey, this is Manny with Manny's Texas Metal and Rock Show. We got a great show for you today. Bands from all over Texas, all kinds of music. And if you submitted music to me within the last 2 weeks, I'm trying to get everybody on. If you're not on this show, I promise you'll be on the next show. Y'all stay tuned, and it's going to be a great show. Manny's Texas Metal and Rock Show, and other kinds of music. Thanks for tuning in. Rage Read Radio. All right. First, we have a band called Annihilator. The guys in the band are Tony Gomez on vocals, JD De La Rosa on guitar, Fernie Salinas on guitar, Alex Dominguez on bass, Daniel Garcia on guitar. All right. Well, these guys have been together for 40 years, and they're from all over Texas. According to their info, they're scattered throughout Texas. Death is Calling is a song that I'm going to be playing, and it was recorded in 2024 at Negative Audio Studios. And they do have a Facebook and an Instagram and a TikTok, and that's Annihilator on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And they have a show coming up June 21st, Corpus Christi, the Metal Assault at the House of Rock, and also August 23rd in Austin at Valhalla. All right, so this tune is called Death is Calling by the band Annihilator.
To forget the mistakes I've made in the past. Murder, chemistry, dealer of death. I've become the one with the hood and the axe. Modern day executioner, slave for the man. Tired of following their orders. Incomplete waste of time led by fools. Set me free, I'm scourging those who lead. Through the repress the field, kill those in command. executioner, slain for the man. Until death, thinking dead of following their orders. Incomplete, waste of time, led by fools. Set me free, absconding those who lead. Destroy things, repress the field, kill those in command.
All right. That was Annihilator with Death is Calling. This next band hails from Houston, Texas. They are called, let's hope I'm saying this right, Chironex. All right, the band members are Donnie Sage on lead vocals, Alex Davis on guitar, Nick Bokelman on drums, Skylar King on bass guitar and backup vocals. And this band formed over 12 years ago, and they're still playing together. Let's see. They recorded this next track in Fort Worth, Texas at Square Wave Live, all right? And that was, let's see, that was at the first quarter of 2025. All right? Again, these guys are from Houston. They are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and all of their music is available on all platforms, all right? They got a buttload of gigs coming up. The next one is on June the 13th at BFE Rock Club in Houston, Texas. Then after that, they're going to do a little 4-day tour. Arizona, let's see, Georgia, Gulfport, and New Orleans, all right? And then they got tons and tons of gigs, so it's probably be best if you check out their Facebook or their Instagram and hook up with this band, all right? Chironex with Lindworm. That was Lindworm by Chironix. Guys, I suggest you guys send me like an audio file with the correct pronunciation of your band name because I don't want to butcher it up too bad. All right. Next up, I had Grayson Slade on my first show. I really like Grayson Slade. The music is just raw and real, and he's a good friend of mine, actually, from San Antonio, but he's living in Tennessee now and making music with his wife, Kayla. And they have a tour coming up next year, a university tour all over Kentucky. And I think he recorded all this stuff at home. So anyways, check it out. It's some cool little blues rock. It's called Motherless Child by Grayson Slade. right, that was Grayson Slade with Motherless Child. Hope you enjoyed it, all right? So next up, we have a band called Grind. Now, Grind is from San Antonio, Texas, and the members are Rudy Munoz. He is the band founder. He's on the bass guitar and vocals. And David Kate on drums and lead vocals. Really good singer, man. I've seen these guys live, and they're really good. Robert Bob Perez on lead guitar and vocals. Old friend of mine, Robert Bob. He's we go back like to 8th grade or something like that, and I'm 57 years old now. So I've known Bob for a long time. Anyway, this lineup has been together since May of 2023. All right. They recorded this at Toonsmith Studios. I'm guessing that's here in San Antonio, but I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, Bob, then send me a text and I'll fix it on the next show. All right, the next show for Grind is going to be, well, let's see, they're doing a show at the Amp Room. No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. June 6th at Fitzgerald's here in San Antonio. June 6th at Fitzgerald's in San Antonio. All right. So this song is called Monster by the band called Grind. That was a song called Monster by the band Grind. Next up, we have another band from San Antonio, Texas, Living Dark Days. So let me pronounce that again. Living Dark Days with the Z, all right? The band consists of Buster Grant on lead vocals, David McGilvery on drums, Robert Farabee on bass, and Justin Irvin on guitar. Also, Albert Argiles on guitar, Saul DeLeon on guitar. This band's been together for about 5 years, and they recorded this in Memphis at, let's see, it doesn't say where they recorded it, but it was recorded in Memphis. And like I stated before, the band does hail from San Antonio, Texas. They do have a Facebook page, and it's Livin' Dark Days Band. Let me spell that. Livin' Dark Days, Daze Band. And they got a couple of upcoming shows. Fitzgerald's here in San Antonio on May the 30th, and at 502 Bar also in San Antonio on June the 13th. So catch Livin' Dark Days. This song is called Voice Inside.
Face the fire that burns within me. Will this ever bring me to my knees? Empty eyes fading now, crawling to the edge. Disbelieve what I see, or will this ever end? Darkness consumes me, I can't see. To find my way out of hell, you're going down with me. I'll feed your every need. Paranoia is in control. Voice inside my head, controlling every move. You'll never get to choose. Listen close to what I say. Voice inside is killing me. Silence that kills lies beyond empty halls. Sacrifice fear. What have we become? Fade to dust, turn to rust. Crawling through final days. Out on the edge now. You don't wanna follow me. Darkness consumes me. I can't see. To find my way out of hell, you're going down with me. I'll feed your every need. Paranoia is in control. Voice inside my head, controlling every move. You'll never get to choose. Listen close
That was Living Dark Days with the Voice Inside. All right, next, a band that was on my first show and also very, very dear to me. The band is called Off the Rails. That's Rails, Railz. And you can find them on offtherails.net, their website. The band consists of Jared Burns on lead guitar, Zach Rodriguez lead vocals and rhythm guitar, Christian DeHart on drums, and Andy Stallman on bass and backing vocals. And this band's been together about a year. They've only got 2 or 3 songs recorded. They're working on an album, but they did it at Synergy Studios there with Dennis in San Antonio. The band is out of Lavernia, Texas. You guys got to look up Lavernia. There's a lot of good bands coming out of Lavernia. All right, so check out Off the Rails with Out of Your Mind right here on Manny's Texas Metal and Rock Show.
Yeah, I'm fine and I'm doing well. I hope he puts you through hell. I'm glad that I know the truth. After all you put me through, we see who's laughing now. I see it in your eyes, all the pain and
What a groovy tune. All right, Off the Rails with Out of Your Mind. Well, one of the perks of having your own radio station is that you get to shamelessly promote your own band. All right, so this next band hails from San Antonio, Texas. They formed in the early 2000s and are still going strong, still working on a new album coming up soon, hopefully by the end of this year. No shows right now, just working on original music, writing songs and rehearsing and getting tight. My name Manny Santos. I am the lead guitarist of the band. We have Al Peña on lead vocals, Chris Pelayo on lead guitar, Alex Pelayo on drums, and Jeff Villarreal on the bass guitar. All right. This song was recorded in my bedroom, except for the drums. And I hope you like it. It's called Something Wicked. Zero the Hero. San Antonio, Texas metal.
the soul, your destiny to be free. Tear out hearts of the evil and cut the throat of the queen. Your wish of salvation, a high price to pay. Every deal that you've ever made burns through your veins to this day. Nothing but of this way, you will feel the pain. Nothing but of this way, with your soul you will pay. Nothing but of this way, you will feel the pain. Nothing but of this way, with your soul you will pay.
That was Zero the Hero with Something Wicked on Manny's Texas Metal and Rock Show. Okay, you're going to freak out with this next one. All right. So I was trying to get this guy on my show, the first show, but he was in Germany with, I think with S.A. Slayer, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. I saw a couple of videos. This next guy is a good friend of mine named Ron Jarzombic, an amazing guitar player. You're going to get to hear some crazy guitar stuff here in a second. This is a song called Ingesting Blataria from an album from the band Blotted Science, which Ron is in. And the album is called The Animation of Entomology. This was released in 2011. But it's a clinic in how to play guitar, all right? This guy's amazing. He's played with Marty Friedman, with Jeff Loomis. He's toured all over the world, and he lives right here in San Antonio. And I just sent him a text earlier today if I could play his music, and he said, yeah, man. So y'all check out Ron Jarzombic, Blotted Science, Ingesting Blataria. right, that was Blotted Science. My good friend Ron Jarzambik with Ingesting Blataria. Wow. This last song just came in a little while ago. A pleasant surprise, actually. The band is called Arcanium, and some of the members of Wicked Angel are in that band. Let's see. They sent me a list. Joseph Valadez and Raymond Castaneda on guitar and bass. Jose Maras on guitar and Jeff D on vocals. Now check this out. They got Mark Zonder from Fates Warning and from Warlord playing drums. This band's been together since COVID hit. Oh, wow. So 2020, I'm guessing. And they've only been a studio band for now. And they recorded this track that I'm about to play at Vic and Jessica's first house. Vic and Jessica were friends of ours from back in the day. And Vic sang with the band that I played with, Zero the Hero. He sang with us for a while. He sang with One of Six, and so did his wife. And R.I.P. to both of them. They are both no longer with us, but your spirit carries on, both of you guys, all right? So they recorded it at Vic's house that Vic's son turned into a studio here off of Marbach Road. This band is from San Antonio, and right now they don't have any upcoming shows. But like I said, this was a pleasant surprise. I reached out on Facebook for one more band, and Jeff D came through. I hope you like this song. It's called One with Shadows, Arcanium, on Manny's Texas Metal and Rock Show.
Spoken to infinity. Magic words were uttered. calling the whole world to the secret space, to the secret ground, where the open star never to go.
All right, you just heard Arcanum. Well, it's that time. Show's over. I'd like to thank all the bands that submitted music to me. Like I said again, if you submitted some music and I haven't gotten it on the air yet, I will, I promise. Just a lot of bands turning in music and I love it. All right, I'd like to thank Annihilator, Kyridex, Grayson Slade, Grind, Living Dark Days, Off the Rails, Zero the Hero, Blotted Silence, and Arcanum. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Manny's Texas Metal and Rock Show. I'd like to thank Rage Free Radio for hosting it, too. Y'all tune in, follow, like, everything. Spread the word. See you next time.